Paisley, come here. You want an air biscuit? Here. Here you go. Air biscuit. Okay, so look. I got this piece, this piece, this piece, and these two pieces. See, all these have holes, all those have holes. I got to line up every single one of these at the same time. How the heck am I going to do that?
Wait, like this and then all at the same time?
Yeah, I got to put them on there. Yes, dog. What can I do for you? Okay? So, if you look right here, look, I made a little white mark on this when I built it the first time. And if you look at this thing, there's another white mark right there. Okay? And then on this thing, there's another white mark right there. So that one doesn't have, that piece is brand new, so it doesn't have a white mark. But I still got to line all this stuff up. How am I going to do that? I'm going to need a bunch of pairs of hands. You need your sister, your mom, Paisley, everybody. Oh, she has paws, not hands? Alright, just kidding. This is what I'm going to do. I took some bolts, and I cut the head off, and I made a slot in there, so I can stick these in here.
You cut the head off, that's just mean.
That's
just mean.
I cut the head off.
Mean.
Okay, and then this gasket, I believe, goes first. No, this gasket goes next. You're leaving me? Okay, so look at this one. It's got some flats, right? And round. I believe the round goes up. Let's look at this one. See where the mark is. Look, it's got 1, 2, 3 flats and round. So that means this goes the same as that. Okay? Sure, you say?
Sure. Hey,
okay, and now this piece goes next. Okay? That's not right. There's the white mark. And we got this gasket, and the little notch goes down. Sure. Okay. But now look. He's got a brass bushing in it. That's what this gold looking, copper looking thing is. Okay, so we want to, you can touch it. We want to, no, I'm going to just get some grease in it. So you want to grease that up before you put it in there. So I'm going to get a little bit more of our grease, not too much. Okay, and just work it around inside here and on the surface here too. No, I don't want you to get too greasy now. Okay. Then I like to just grease up this shaft a little bit just to be sure it's going to be good. Okay, now then the white mark goes up. Okay. Now.
Wasn't there a silver piece over here?
I don't know. I can't remember if this goes like that or like that. So I'm going to try it like this and see what it looks like. Doesn't fit like that. So we turn it like that. And I got that bolt hole doesn't line up. So it fits, but it doesn't work. We're going to go another rotation. That doesn't work. Another rotation. This has to be it, right?
That's it.
That's it. Okay, now we got all the bolt holes. Okay, and here's the bolts. So now that these studs are holding it all together, I can start this bolt.
Wait, can you take the studs out?
Yep. That's why I cut little flats in them so I could use a screwdriver. If I can't get them out by hand, I can use a screwdriver. I'm going to get all the rest of these started.
So sad, you cut off the head.
I'm not cutting off the heads. I'm sad, huh? So now I'm going to take my studs out. And put a bolt in. And these bolts have heads on them, so they'll work. Harder than gloves, huh? Them big daddy gloves. Can you turn it? What you're going to do is we're going to do a little bit at a time. So watch, I'm just going to go. I'm not pulling the trigger a lot, just pulling the trigger. So watch this finger, okay? Just pull it a little bit and let go. Okay, do you want to do this one? You pull the trigger a little bit. Oh, let go. Okay. Okay, oh. Okay. Okay, let's see the other one now. Can you see it? There we go. Pull the triggers a little bit. Okay, now we're going to do it again right here. This is where I started. So you want to do it again?
No, you can do it.
Okay. I don't trust that impact to see if things are tight or not. Something's not right here. I don't like something on this Chloe. I'm taking it back apart. That ain't right. I put that in the wrong spot. Let's go look at the other side. Dang it. Yeah, I put her together wrong, Chloe D.
Oh, are you gonna have to redo the whole thing?
No, I just put it back together right. This piece goes first. So that's the way it goes. There. That's more better. I had some technical difficulties. It's a couple days later from the last little part you were watching. I went and I put the outer hub bearing in the hub and went to find the next piece, which is this washer, and I couldn't find it. So I had taken all this stuff apart and took it down to work and cleaned it off in my parts washer down at work and forgot that. So I had to stop and go get it, and so now it's a couple days later, so we're gonna try to finish this thing up. We got the bearing in there, then this nut washer goes in there. Don't tell me I've lost the nut now. Got it, didn't lose it. That feels real good right there. Again, I believe this is from Trail Gear. This washer with all the holes in it. A little keyway sticking down. Should go right like this. none of them line up, so I got to tighten it just a hair. See how that works. Yep, perfect. TD bolts, you don't gotta get it very tight. I don't know how good you can see that, but there's the nut, the washer with all the holes in it, and one little bolt that keeps it from unscrewing, so works pretty well. Wasn't too sure about it, but now that it's been on here for 3 or 4 or 5 years, maybe, it's worked pretty well. Alright, so let's finish this dude up. So if you want a real in-depth rebuild on this stuff, go to Low Range Off-Road on YouTube, and they've got some pretty good videos. Alright, so while this is clean, I wanted to point this out. So if you see here, there's the little notch. Then this one doesn't have a notch. 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 Doesn't have a notch. Right, you see that? If you look on this piece, you'll see that right there goes all the way through. But on this one, there's a little sheet metal tab. So the little sheet metal tab has to go in the one with the big notch, right? So before I lube this up, I wanted to show you that. So now I'm going to grease this all up and shove this thing on. A little bit of grease. That lined up. You gotta find the little sheet metal tab, which is there and there, and that's it. Oh, it is free now. Turn it to lock. Yep. Now it's connected. Now it's free. Okay, time to put the caliper back on. I had a bad brake hose right here, so I have to bleed some brakes, and I believe I'm done. So I had to replace this brake hose, and I figured I better flex it out. So I got my jack stands under the frame over there, and jack's not holding up the axle anymore, but that's a little tight. So I'm gonna, before I bleed it, I'm gonna take that hose and run it on the other side of the shock. I think that'll work better. See what happens. That looks a lot better. So now I'll zip tie it to this side, and it'll have a little bit of flex. See what happens when I push it back up.